Now, let's talk about the kids. The children that are school age, are they attending school?
Yes, they are, and they're all doing very well in school.
Okay. Now, you had mentioned that the oldest two were still struggling with, you know, the environment in the home that led to this case. Are those children Hannah and Matthew?
Yes.
Okay. And can you let us know specifically what they've said in regards to refusing therapy?
They just said that they don't want to talk to anyone and that they won't.
Okay. Do any of the other children, voice struggles from the past trauma that they've witnessed?
No, they haven't.
In your opinion, is it necessary for us to ask the court for therapy to be ordered for any of the children?
Yes, I think the older children it would be good for, the kids that are old enough. And even David, he's 5, so really all the children, I think it would be helpful for.
Okay. Are there any services other than therapy for the children that we are asking the court to consider ordering?
No.
Now, I know the environment at the home and had previously been a very strong concern for the department as far as it being, I guess we could call it kind of a neglectful situation. Could you tell me about the progress Mr. Lodi's has made in cleaning that home up?
He has done really well with that, and he has maintained keeping it clean.
And how has the department helped with that?
Just assisted him with the chore charge, so the kids can help with their things, and also checking in and just making sure that he has cleaning supplies and things like that if he needs them.
Guys, the important thing here is how quickly this hearing becomes a progress check, rather than a fight over one isolated incident. The department is building a record: parenting classes, counseling, home conditions, substance assessments, and compliance with restrictions.
Right. I pass the witness.
Thank you. Ma'am, I wanted to clarify something in the report. It said that Ms. Lodi's had asked that to add a domestic violence curriculum to her service plan. Did she request it, or was that whoever wrote the report was requesting it?
She asked to be able to do that through counseling.
Okay.
Because she's not able to attend the WAKE program.
Okay, so that's taken care of itself.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, thank you. All right, Ms. Lucero, questions?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. Ms. Counsel, currently Monica's pregnant, right?
Yes, she is.
And she's due sometime in November?
Yes.
And then, and also she's currently staying outside home, is that right?
Yes, she is.
That's based on a request that the department had made when this case first started and the judge granted. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, she's currently working at McDonald's, is that right?
I'm unsure. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so would you be aware, and I can ask her, she can clarify, but are you aware that she's having to pay $350 a week for the hotel that she's staying at weekly?
Yes.
And also, well, let me ask you this. Does Mr. Lodis, does he work outside the home, or do you know?
He does. He helps within the trailer park that they're in. He helps with maintenance and things like that.
Okay. And is it your understanding that he's dependent on help from Miss Lodis to help pay rent and things like that for the children?
I am not sure.
Okay. All right. Did Miss the permanent specialist on this case, did she note anywhere in the records that if Monica's unable to if she's not allowed to return to the home, that she's going to have to get a place by herself and she won't be able to afford continuing to help Mr. Lodis? Is that in your records anywhere?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as far as this program out at Boys Ranch, is that like a therapy program for the kids? I mean, what is that program for the two older kids?
It's a program to help with different behaviors and just things that they're going through, kind of a skills training type thing, but also to help with some parenting and getting the family connected.
Okay, so is that program? It's not just the kids; it's also the two parents.
Yes.
That part. Oh, okay. I was unfamiliar, so I needed to ask on that. Okay, all right. And as far as the visits, I know only the the younger kids, the two older ones, are not currently visiting with Monica. Is that correct?
Correct.
But the visits with all the other kids are going well. Is that correct?
Yes, they are.
Okay. All right. I'll pass the witness.
Right, Ms. Gutierrez, any questions? Anything for? I'm sorry, I got not you, Miss Graff. Do you have questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Counsel, the report on the second to the last page of the report indicates that David is not fully potty trained. He's the youngest. Are you aware that he actually has been potty trained since the first visit that Ms. Sledge made to the family home?
No, I'm not.
Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Naranjo.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Counsel, how long have you been a family-based safety supervisor?
For 10 years now.
Now, you testified earlier that Hannah and Matthew have directly stated that they do not want to participate in therapy. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, based on your experience, is it typically not beneficial for children to be forced to do therapy and it won't be beneficial for them?
I feel like it's good for us to give that a try, and if not, to look at other alternatives to help them with what they're struggling with.
Is it fair to say that if a party doesn't want to participate in therapy, it's not usually beneficial?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
All right. Anyone else?
Yes, Your Honor, I have some follow-up.
Okay.
Ms. Counsel, in regards to the reason for the department's involvement, is it correct that it was because of the domestic violence perpetrated by Ms. Lodi's?
Yes.
And is it correct as well that she has not completed services addressing that?
Correct.
And in your conversations with Mr. Lodi's, what has he expressed in regards to whether or not he wants to continue his relationship with Ms. Lodi's?
He is unsure whether he wants to continue the relationship.
Do you think it's a good idea, given those circumstances, to return Ms. Lodi's to the home if she has been the perpetrator and has not completed her services and is not wanted there by the victim?
No, and definitely not until they complete some couples counseling.
Okay. And Mr. Lodi's at this time is unsure about the status of their relationship. Is that correct?
Yes.
Do you think until and only if he decides to continue that relationship that we are not asking for couples counseling?
The focus shifts from what the parents are completing to what the children are actually experiencing, and that changes the weight of the hearing. Doing well academically is encouraging, but it doesn't automatically answer whether the older children have processed what happened inside the family.
We would ask for it either way so that they could also learn how to co-parent.
Okay.
If they're not going to be together.
Do you think asking for co-parenting at this time would be best?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And do you think perhaps something conditional on, the couples counseling could be done by the court, as in on the condition that the parents reunite in a relationship, then couples counseling is ordered? Would that be appropriate?
Yes.
All right. And you believe that this case needs to continue for the parents to continue working services, is that correct?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I pass the witness again.
All right. Pamela, I read in the report also that Matthew and Emma have stated that they're not ready for mom to come home yet. Is that correct?
Yes, that is.
Okay. All right. Anyone else have further questions for Ms. Counsel?
I just have a clarification question, Your Honor. Ms. Counsel, were you aware that the parents have already began couples counseling?
No.
Okay. All right. I'll follow up with this low D's. Thank you. I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right. Anyone else? All right, Ms. Gutierrez, anything further from the department?
No, Your Honor. We asked for a compliance hearing to be set out.
How far do you want it out?
Ms. Council, would 2 or 3 months be better?
I believe 2 months.
Thank you.
Okay. All right then, Ms. Lucero, any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. I call Monica Lodice.
Okay. Ms. Lodice, if you'd unmute.
All right.
All right. If you'd raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Lucero.
Thank you, Your Honor. Monica, would you just state your name for the record, please?
Monica Lodice.
Okay. Monica, you've heard the testimony today from Ms. Council. As far as the services and what you've been working, was there anything that you needed to correct, or did she state what's going on currently with your services?
I'm on the last two things that I was supposed to do, and Trina, agreed, since Melissa Larson could do the, incorporate the wave or what it's called into the counseling sessions, that would count.
Okay.
But I should be finished with the parenting classes and the daily recovery in June, beginning of July.
Okay.
And that's the last two things that I have.
All right. And as far as couples counseling, have you and Mr. Lodice attended at least one session so far?
Yes, ma'am.
And who are y'all seeing for that?
Melissa Larson.
Okay. And is it going to be a weekly thing, or how often are y'all going?
It should be weekly.
Okay. And are y'all doing that in person, or are y'all doing that virtually?
Virtually.
Okay. And Monica, are you currently residing in a hotel there in Canyon?
Yes, ma'am. And my due date's August the 16th.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, you're fine.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And currently, how much do you pay for rent there?
$350 a week.
Okay. And you're currently working at McDonald's?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And once you have that baby, sometime in August, are you going to be away from work from McDonald's?
Yes, ma'am. And I'm not going to be able to stay here in Texas to do everything if I'm not back in the home.
Okay.
I'm going to be forced to leave.
Okay. And so during that time, then, when you're away from work, will you have paid maternity leave, or will you not be paid for those 6 or 8 weeks?
No, ma'am. I won't be paid for anything.
Okay. And currently, is your income mostly taken up by the rent that you're paying there at the hotel?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have a vehicle?
I do, but I'm letting Craig use it since it's dependable and he has the children.
Okay. So how do you get around without a vehicle?
I walk to work, but he takes me to the store when I need to go, and he's been taking me to my doctor's appointment.
Okay. And are you currently, or have you been helping Mr. Lodice make ends meet there at the home that he's with the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And does he at times need help to make rent, things like that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so right now, are you concerned that, as you stated earlier, that if you're not able to return to the home, that you won't be able to stay here by yourself? Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to have to go to Tennessee.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll pass the witness.
Ms. Gutierrez, any questions?
Sure, Your Honor. Ms. Lodice, right now you're paying over $1,200, maybe $1,200 to $1,480 a month. Is that correct? Towards.
Here's the problem. Small inaccuracies can weaken confidence in a report, even when the larger concerns remain legitimate. The potty training issue may sound minor, but challenging a factual detail is a smart way to test how current and precise the department's information really is.
Your hotel?
Sounds about right. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Would you agree there's numerous apartments in Canyon and Amarillo that are maybe half that price?
Yeah, but you got to have the deposits, and, have the money for hookup for electricity and all this. And I don't have anything because I helped Craig with his medical bills. I've been helping him with food before they got back on food stamps. Paying.
But you agree
helping with rent.
You agree that the children Mr. Lodice is taking care of are your children as well? Yes?
Say that again.
These children in Mr. and Craig's home, these are your children as well, correct?
They are.
So you have a duty to provide for them as well, correct?
I do, but I have no money for anything to get my own place now.
Now, you said your due date was in August. Is that correct?
It's August the 16th. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so that's about 3 months away. Is that correct?
Just about. But I'm not guaranteed to be able to work the full 3 months because I've been having issues with my pregnancy and my platelet count's dropped and all kinds of other stuff. So,
Well, I pass witness. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Graff, questions?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Lodice, isn't it true that you told the father that you were pregnant when you arrived in Texas last November?
I arrived in October and I didn't get pregnant until November.
Okay. So where are you going to go in Tennessee if you have to leave Texas?
I'm going to stay with my mom.
Okay. All right. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Naranjo?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Lucero, any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Graff, witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to call Craig Lodice.
Okay. Sir, if you'd unmute. Can you hear me?
All right. Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Graff?
Mr. Lodice, can you tell the court about David's potty training?
Well, I had him actually been working for quite some time before any of this had happened with potty training. Unfortunately, there was a YouTube video that him and his sisters had watched that involved a toilet with teeth. And this was several months ago. And so he was scared of the toilet for a while. And I had compassion on him while he kind of worked on that fear. Of course, whenever Trina came in and threatened to take him away over it, I kind of forced his hand and had to just force him on the toilet. So the next day after Trina came, I finally got him over that fear. So he was already potty trained. He was just scared of the toilet. So he's fully potty trained now. He has only had one accident because his sisters were taking a bath in the bathroom and he couldn't hold it. Other than that, he goes, changes his underwear, changes his pants, gets on the toilet and does his business on his own, 100%.
Great. So let's talk about when you found out Ms. Lodice was expecting a baby.
So the original, so she came at the end of October, and I was notified that she was pregnant a couple of weeks after that. So I just had questions, and I can't rectify it in my mind. So I had wanted a DNA test just to see for sure if the baby was mine, because she was in a relationship before she came.
Do you have strong concerns that baby is not yours?
Honestly, I'd give it about a 90% chance that it is mine, but there is just that small question in the back of my mind, mainly because the original dates that she gave me, the original due date that she gave me was in July, which actually put the pregnancy occurring before she came here. She modified those dates after I did the math.
Okay. So in terms of your cannabis use, can you tell the court about what's been happening with you regarding your health situation?
Well, for a long time, I don't like being messed up at all. I don't do drugs at all. And I know it's a matter of opinion on cannabis, but I had stomach pains and back issues for quite some time, which that did help with, and alleviating some of that and help mitigate some of that. Recently, and I didn't really know why I had stomach pains. I was sure I had a back issue. Recently, I was in the hospital where a CT scan was done, and it was discovered that I have several hernias in my stomach, which explains the bulge in my side, and found out that my back is in terrible shape, quite a bit worse than I thought. there were also other issues like cysts on my spleen, which they said were benign, and also just slight issues, cyst on my liver.
Monica's testimony introduces a different kind of pressure, time and money. She presents herself as nearing completion of key services while facing an expensive temporary living arrangement, pregnancy, unpaid time away from work, transportation limitations, and the possibility of leaving Texas.
Which were causing me problems at the time of the hospitalization. However, that seems to have been reversed somewhat. My numbers turned out to be really good on the last lab. However, I do experience quite a bit of pain in the stomach due to the hernias, which I'm going to have surgery for coming up. In the back, because it's this season, I do mowing and stuff for the park. I am a little bit behind on bills because it hasn't rained. However, it has been a little bit of a strain on the back. So obviously no THC use since I've been asked not to. So I just use what's called BC powder now. Probably I have to take them kind of often, and also the doctor did prescribe me a muscle, like it's I don't know what it's called, but there's a muscle relaxer that the doctor did prescribe me as well to help mitigate the back pain. But that's what I deal with on a daily basis as far as hurting.
When you were in the hospital, did they offer to give you morphine?
Yes, they did.
And did you take it?
Only twice, but I was too afraid of what CPS would think if I had taken the hospital up on using any sort of pain meds. And I don't like using those kind of narcotics anyway. They make me dizzy, they make me feel weird.
Do you have any kind of a timeline for the surgery that the doctors recommended for you for the hernias?
Now that I have insurance, they're working on referrals. I reached out last Friday to find out where we're at with some of this, but unfortunately I haven't been able to nail down exactly where we're at with getting the surgery lined up, as well as other referrals that I'm going to have to do, just for, the eye doctor as well, because he's up out of Walmart.
So will you keep the social worker and me informed of when that gets scheduled, so we can help you make arrangements for the children and that sort of thing?
Ma'am, I'm sorry, there was a beep.
Sorry. Will you make sure to keep me and your social worker informed so that we can help you with any childcare needs you might have while you're, having that surgery done?
Sure, but I'm sorry. Let me deny this call. Spam call, of course.
Can you repeat that, sir? I couldn't hear you. You cut out.
I'm actually, very self-sufficient here. If something like that happens, I do have backup plans as far as making sure the kids are taken care of. I will, of course, let everybody know. But I do have a plan, just like when I had to go to the hospital. We had people on, just in case, that were ready to go here. Neighbors, very trusted neighbors. Dennis McCarthy, for one, and so he helped take care of and watch the kids while I was away. And plus we have my daughter Sarah, who is here quite often. She works sometimes long hours, so there were alternating shifts between my daughter and our trusted neighbor here that made sure the kids were not alone.
Great. So we'll look forward to hearing any updates you have on your health, and hope that all goes well. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Gutierrez?
No questions, Your Honor.
Ms. Lucero?
Mr. Lodis, so just to be clear, due to your medical issues right now and the lack of rain, you haven't been able to work in a while?
Right. The lack of rain is slowing it down. I have had several smaller jobs come up, just like moving furniture out of sheds or something like that, which I do have help with because of my back issues. And also I've managed to get in a little bit of mowing. So I'll be submitting bills for that as soon as we just finish up the trimming aspect of that. And also the park, because I used to manage this mobile home park, so I'm in really good. I know the owners quite well. They're really good about throwing work my way, and especially working with me if I do happen to get behind. And for the record, Monica has been a big help, but the rent payments, all but one, was actually taken care of by me.
Okay.
And my means.
Craig's testimony starts with what looks like a narrow correction, but it serves a larger credibility purpose. His detailed explanation about David's potty training pushes back against the idea that an ongoing developmental concern was simply being ignored. Whether the court accepts every detail is less important than what the testimony attempts to establish. He wants the record to reflect active parenting rather than neglect.
All right. And so as far as work, you do like side jobs and then mow there at the trailer park area?
Well, it's pretty much like a contractor. In fact, I've got a siding job coming up, which I'm going to probably this afternoon or tomorrow be going with the owner of the home to get a material list. This job should pay quite well. So I take any sort of jobs that I can both physically handle, get the work for, organize, workers, because I do have not really employees, like as far as like a McDonald's has employees, but I have a lot of people that I can bring on. Quite a few people actually that I can bring on, including my son, Joseph, who is a huge help with doing, manual stuff like that. So it's just a matter of who offers the work and whether or not I'm capable of doing it.
Okay. And just to be clear, you and Monica have attended at least one couples counseling session. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. One couples counseling session.
Okay. All right then. And is it your understanding that it's going to be weekly?
I am not aware of any sort of time frame. If it was weekly, I think there would have been a notification for this week or some sort of information, which I have not received from Miss Melissa. So I do not know the status of that.
Okay. All right then. All right. I'll have Monica follow up. All right. I'll pass the witness.
All right, Ms. Naranjo.
Mr. Lodi's, at this time, are you planning to have Miss Lodi's move back in with you and continue your marriage relationship?
So this is a confusing one for me because of the past history, all the questions, and her tendency to kind of know what to do when it comes to court and dealing with. So I'm not sure if she's just saying this stuff now, because I've unfortunately been through this before where I was forgiving of mistakes that she's made, and then it turned around. The reason we're in this mess now is because I forgave and allowed her to come back. So I have a lot of confusion, and that's the honest answer as to where I'm at, because I do love her. She is the mother of the kids, and the younger kids don't have that trauma because she wasn't here for the last 3 years. So and we don't badmouth this. It's a rule in the home. We don't badmouth their mom. So they're unaware and have not been a witness to some of the things that have happened. And my biggest fear is, we got to make sure that the kids grow up to be good people, to make sure that they, so I don't want them to have the same sort of trauma that the older kids have. And that's my concern. The main concern here is the kids and their well-being, and as they grow, just whether or not, 2 years down the road, if it's just going to be the same thing again.
So to be clear, Mr. Lodi's, you're not planning on getting back together with Miss Lodi's at this time then?
At this time, I don't think I can. It's too much unsure. Just too much unsure. That's probably horrible grammar, but I just think there's still a lot more to consider and a lot more to discuss.
I have no other questions, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Lodi's, I read in the report that Emma and Matthew have stated they're not ready for Mom to come home yet. Is that accurate?
Yes, Your Honor. Emma, Matthew, and Hannah, because they've all witnessed. But the answer is yes. Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor, that's correct.
All right. Anybody else have further questions for him? We're about to run overtime. All right. If no more questions for him, does anyone else have any further witnesses?
Craig's health testimony matters because his physical condition touches several issues at once: substance concerns, employment, childcare, and whether he can maintain stability for a large household. He connects his previous cannabis use to pain, then describes medical findings, and says he stopped using it after being told to do so.
All right, then.
Ma'am, I was just going to ask if the court would consider, since the older kids, especially the older two, aren't visiting with the mom, if there would be a possibility to start therapeutic visits with mom. Otherwise, we're just going to be spinning our wheels, I believe. So
I think you're spinning your wheels when you ask a 16 and a 14-year-old to do counseling if they don't want counseling. So,
well, maybe I'm talking about therapeutic visits with their mom and things like that.
Well, therapeutic, it's still a counselor's involved. I'm not going to order 16 and 14-year-olds to see their mom if they don't want to. No, I won't do that. So, all right, Ms. Naranjo, recommendations.
Your Honor, I do believe it's in the children's best interest that parents continue to work services. I do think regarding Hannah, Matthew, and Emma, Hannah is 16, Matthew is 14, Emma is 12, that they not be required to attend therapy or family therapy unless they express that they're willing to do it. For the younger children, I think it would be beneficial for them to do therapy, but I do not think so for the older children unless they...
All right. Okay, give me just a second here. Okay, I will order the parents to continue working the services as were previously ordered. I will order the 4 youngest children begin therapy, and I will order that the 3 oldest children, Emma, Matthew, and Hannah, only attend therapy if they request to do so. Now, I don't have all my notes here. I guess it sounds from the testimony like court may have ordered that mom not be at the house. I didn't know if that had something to do with the domestic violence or what. I'm not going to order that she can or can't move home. That's up to Mr. and Miss Lodice. I've heard the testimony. It sounds like mom may have to go live with her mom if she's not going to go home. So I don't know. I don't know the extent of what she's doing to help you financially, Mr. Lodice, but it sounds like that will come to an end if she moves. So if I did previously order that she not live in the house, I'm going to retract that order. That's between the parents. So. All right, you've asked for another compliance hearing in a couple of months, so I'll set one for June 29th, 2026. That will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing, so parties can ask their lawyers or anyone can go on the court's online docket a day or two before June 29th to see what time of day that hearing will take place.